everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for Love Wins from Cry Pretty. It is this look right here. I am loving the way that this look turned out. It turned out so much cuter than I was anticipating. It's very red, but it's really cute. The eyes really aren't too, they're not too red, but they are red. Like, it's not like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, they're not super intense, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but I do really like the way that it turned out. So make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave, and let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, before I even get started, I got another cat. Okay, her name's Carly. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this, but Jack isn't fond of this thing called sharing. So if you hear growling, it's Jack being a little prick, okay? I also have a smoothie here from Smoothie King. Okay. Zoom you guys in to do these eyeballs. Why am I not in focus? There we go. I know my eyebrows need some serious help right now. Maybe I'll just shave them off like entirely. Guys, I am so happy today. Before I even start this video, I just want to say I love you guys so much. Today is May 10th and I hit 100 subscribers today. I'm so happy. It's just been a really good day. So we're gonna go ahead and start this video. We are first going to prime our eyes using the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. The reason I didn't give you guys like a really long speech about hitting 100 subscribers is because I already posted it on my Instagram, which is down below, and it's in my collective quarantine vlog because I am still, well, I stopped vlogging, but I hadn't edited it yet, and I thought I would throw it in at the very end. So that's why I didn't like give you guys like a really long spiel, but I am going to be doing a giveaway to celebrate 100 subscribers. But because of COVID-19 and everything right now, I probably won't be doing that for a while, because I know some people aren't comfortable with receiving mail. I haven't really decided when I'll do it, but yeah, it might be actually sooner than what I'm anticipating, but I don't know. Just stay tuned for that, and whenever I do post it, I will definitely let you guys know. Okay, the palette I'm going to use today is the Colourpop Main Squeeze. It is the red monochromatic. Carly! Come here, Carly! Oh, I feel so bad that Jack scared her. I just want her to come here. Y'all, I'm not even kidding. There is cat hair all over my room. All right, I'm first going to take the shade Froze, which is this one right here. I'm going to use that as my transition color. Literally, I feel so bad that Jack scared her. Like, it's not even remotely funny, but I know that they have to get used to each other and his Zoom stuff will happen, but I feel so bad that Jack scared her. Like, no. I actually had some improvements. Like, literally before, Jack wouldn't even go in the same room as her. Like, that's how petty he is. He is so dramatic. I'm not just talking about things like this. Like, literally, he is dramatic. It's a really gorgeous shade. Now, I need a brush. I need to wash my brushes, you guys. It's not even funny. I'm gonna take like a tot, which is this one right here. This is why zooming in to film like the close-ups of the eyes is so hard, because like sometimes the camera really doesn't want to focus, and then I like don't know how long I haven't been in focus for, and then I literally have to zoom all the way back out and then zoom all the way back in for it to focus again, so it's quite frustrating when I'm doing an eye look and I look up and the camera's not in focus. So sorry about that. I've actually thought about getting a new camera. I love my camera, but I think maybe just upping it, like upgrading it, would benefit me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it gets on my nerves. But I do like it. It's a really nice camera. This, I'm gonna take the shade Seed Money and I'm gonna mix it with Red Bottoms. So it's these two here. And I'm gonna put that in my crease. I'm going to take the shade Home Slice, which is this one right here, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. This is the matte with like glitter in it. Okay, now I think I'm going to use the back side of that brush. I'm going to take the shade Maraschino, which is the one in the center. I'm going to put that on top of Home Slice, not all the way like I have previously, but like right in here, like right in the inner half. It's not going to add much, but it just gives like this gorgeous sheen on top. That's pretty. You know what? I'm kind of feeling like I want to do a lid topper today. Let's see what I have, because I have quite a bit of lid toppers. And for some reason, I really want to use one. This is the Sephora Pro Pigment Palette. This is the editorial one. It looks like this. I have showed this palette several times on my channel. I love this thing. And I'm going to first take the shade Rose Quartz, which is this one right there. And I'm going to take that on a flat brush. The second I find one. Okay, and I'm going to, these are like, the top whole row in this palette is like transforming shades that you add on top of other shades. So they're like really, really cool. I don't use them all that much because honestly I don't really use lid toppers too often. But they're a really cool thing to have just to change up any look, because I thought this look was too matte, and just adding that shade on top to give it a nice sheen. And then I'm gonna take the shade Ice, which is this one right here, and I'm just gonna barely tap my finger in because this is like a glitter top coat, and I'm just gonna pop that on like that. That way it's not too much, because I don't want it to be glittery or shimmery, but I didn't want it to be all matte. So this way it's like a nice in between. I do really like the Sephora Pro Pigment Palettes. They are more on the expensive side, but they are very, very nice. I do recommend them. I like them a lot. The Anastasia ones are a little bit cheaper. They are also really nice. I have used those as well. So really either one works. I have both sets, but you definitely don't need both sets. I just have them because I love them. And believe it or not, I do use them both. So it just kind of depends on the day and the look, to be honest. So I'm going to take this guy. This is the Elemis Superfood Cica Calm Hydration Juice. I've been using this recently as a primer, and I'm still not 100% certain if I like this product or not. Okay, that's not true. I do like it. I just don't know. I don't know exactly how I feel about it. That's what I'm trying to say. I do like it. It does feel really nice, especially when you've been out in the sun, or, you know, like those days where your face just feels really, really hot. It does feel really, really nice, and it does leave your face like sticky for like primers, like primer wise, like that. Okay, I don't know if that made any sense. It leaves your face tacky, but after a while it does dry and you can't feel it anymore. But if you do put makeup on over top, it is tacky, so the makeup does stick really, really well. So yeah, and today I'm actually using a new foundation. It's not a new launch, it's new to me. I've never used it before, and so hopefully I like it. I'm really, really excited about it. I've never used it, so. But this guy right here, I like it, but I don't know exactly how I feel about it. Like, would I use it every single day? Probably not. I know technically this is a skincare item, but I use it as a makeup primer because I feel like it would just be too much if I use it every single day after a cleanser like you're supposed to on my skin. But everybody's skin is different, so I would just kind of see where you like land on that spectrum. But I do quite like this underneath makeup as well. So is that blended in all the way? I feel like I always forget somewhere. I think it is. So the foundation I'm using today is not a new release, but it's new to me, and I'm really, really excited about it because I wanted to try this for a really long time. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I don't know if I got the right shade. This is the shade 202 Creamy Natural. To me, that sounds like it's going to be too deep, but it was like one of the lightest shades that Walmart had, so I don't know if this is like one of the lightest or not. I just put a little bit on my sponge because I didn't know about the color or the coverage, so we will. I know it's supposed to be medium coverage. So it's a radiant finish. It lasts up to 24 hours. Medium finish, it's air light texture. So I have my mirror here popping up. So I think it is just a tad too deep. I think I can definitely get away with it if I make sure I blend it down my neck really well. But it definitely is a smidge too dark. So maybe if I need to go down a shade, I think maybe that would work a little bit better. Sometimes shade matching inside like Walmart and CVS and Walgreens is a little bit more difficult than shade matching inside like a Sephora or an Ulta, because you can swatch things inside Sephora and Ulta, but they are closed right now, and I didn't actually plan on purchasing anything makeup wise. I was just there and I was getting some more deodorant, and I was like, I'm gonna swing by cosmetics. So that is what I did, and I bought a couple of new foundations just because I wanted to try some for a really long time. And yeah, so far the L'Oreal foundation isn't too bad. I would say maybe I should have moisturized before going in with the Elemis product, because I think my skin may have been just a smidge too dry, because it is clinging a little bit. It's really not that bad, but it is clinging a little bit. It has nice coverage. I'm a big fan of the coverage, and I like the finish a lot. It's dewy, but it's not so dewy that I look like an oil slick. Does that make sense? I don't think this has SPF in it. No, it does. It has SPF 15. So, yeah. But the coverage is quite nice. Coverage is quite nice. It is a smidgen too dark, so I think I've got it all the way down my neck. Just to be sure, I'm applying some right here. I think I've got it like blended down enough. But honestly, it's hard to see. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm blurry unless I'm like right up close. And I think I've got it, but yeah, I don't mind that foundation. Is it my favorite one in the entire world? No, but it is quite nice. I like the coverage quite a lot, actually. It looks really, really good. It's really only clinging around my nose and a little bit between my eyebrows, but every foundation clings around my nose, so that's not too bad. I do quite like that. Like I said, I think if I would have moisturized before I went in with the Elemis product, it probably would have looked a little bit better, so that might be my own fault. But I don't mind that, so I probably will keep using it. The concealer I'm going to use is also new. I've used it once before. I don't remember what video it was in. I'm so sorry. But I'm still testing out. This is the Revlon Candid Antioxidant Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. I love the loose powder of this, so I actually got the concealer and the 2 different versions of the foundation. I tried the original foundation the other day, and I was a big fan of it. So I did quite like that. Ooh, my phone's going off. But I did like this as well. I think it was a smidge too dark, if I remember correctly. Oh no, it didn't brighten, that's what it was. But honestly, really the only concealer I have that really brightens my under eyes is the e.l.f. one, because I'm so fair. But I really just wanted to try this concealer out with a different foundation just to see how it mixes with other formulas, and I quite like it. Again, it doesn't really brighten, but maybe if there's a lighter color that would work, possibly. It's definitely not full coverage by any means, like at all. If you want a full coverage concealer, that ain't it, but it is nice. So I'm gonna set that using the Ciate Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. I love this, and it's probably one of my favorite things I've ever gotten in a BoxyCharm. And I love it so much. It's incredible. If you have not tried this loose setting powder, you absolutely need to. This and the Revlon Candid setting powder are my 2 favorite loose setting powders for sure. They're just so good. And I can actually set my under eye with them and it not be super dry, and me having dry skin, that's like a huge thing for me. I like that. I think I don't have to set this foundation like at all. It would last probably better if I did set it, but I definitely don't have to, which is nice because I am dry. So when I can get away with not setting a foundation, it's quite nice. So I actually think I'm gonna risk it and not set it. It might start settling into some lines, but that's a risk I am willing to take. So I'm going to contour using the e.l.f. contour palette in the shade Light, and I'm going to use this shade right here. But like I said, that's a risk I'm willing to take. If it starts settling into lines, it'll help me see if this is a foundation that needs to be set or not. But I quite like it, which is nice. And you hear a lot of talk about the L'Oreal Infallible line. It's probably one of their most popular lines, especially for their foundations. I feel like those are the things you hear talk about the most. And I was really curious, like, is it worth the hype? So I actually bought, I think, all of them. and that one is the first one I've tried, and so far I like it. I will try the Pro Matte as well. I just think I felt like I was too dry today for that, but I definitely probably could have used it if I would have moisturized really, really well. But I will try it in a future video for you guys, just so you guys can see with me how it does on dry skin, because sometimes you can get away with using a matte foundation and sometimes you can't. The Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless I can wear, but that's not really super matte. It's more like a satin matte in my opinion. It is matter than the Dewy and Smooth, but it's definitely not like a flat matte, if that makes sense, which I think helps on my skin. So for bronzer, I'm going to take the Tarte Park Ave Princess Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzers ever, and what's actually funny is I actually bought it on accident. But it's one of my favorites, so happy mistake. I do love this bronzer. Tarte makes, I've never tried any of their liquid face products, but I've tried a bunch of their powder face products, and I love them. I really want to try the Shape Tape, but I've heard a lot of good things, but I've also heard a lot of bad things from people with dry skin saying it's too dry for them. So I'm kind of on the fence if I should get it or not, but their powder face products I absolutely love, like their blush and their bronzers and their highlighters. Fantastic. Blush, I'm going to take the NARS Orgasm Blush. This is a classic here on YouTube, and I don't know why, I just really wanted to use it today. It's definitely not my favorite blush, and I've seen a bunch of other NARS blushes online that I want to try, and I just haven't got around to purchasing them yet, but it is a pretty blush. It's just not my favorite. Okay, and for highlighter, I'm going to take the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in the shade Portofino. This is a little bitty, like, I want to say kit size. I got it in like a Christmas kit, but it is available in a duo, I think, on Laura Geller's website. We'll have it linked down below along with everything else, but I don't think it's actually available as a single like it is here. I think it's only available in the duo, which I think is odd, but hey, it is a really nice highlighter. It was one of the first high-end highlighters I ever had, and I do quite like it. I used to only wear this special occasions, and now I wear it like all the time because it is so pretty. It's really pretty. Okay, now let's zoom in just a little bit so we can do these eyes. I'm loving the way it's turning out. It's not as red as I actually originally pictured it being. I mean, it definitely is red, but I like that it's not as red as I originally thought. It's just a little bit different, which I like. So I'm going to take Seed Money and Red Bottoms, those two shades that we mixed together originally. I'm gonna mix them together again, and I'm gonna put them across my lower lash line here. I don't know what eyeliner to put in my waterline. I definitely want to put one, but I don't know. Update on that Candid concealer. It doesn't really crease really all that much. I think there's like 1 or 2 creases, like it's barely creasing, which is incredible. Like literally, I love that line. So far I've loved everything. I haven't tried the glow version of the foundation yet, but I'm very keen to, because it says glow, like hello, but I haven't tried it yet. I was actually between that and the L'Oreal one that I used today, but I was like, I'm gonna go with L'Oreal because I've already used the other Candid one, and I can't remember exactly what video I used it in, so I didn't want to use them back to back, you feel me? Now I'm gonna take Frosé again. I'm gonna use that to blend out these colors. The Smashbox Always On Gel Liner in the shade Fishnet. Smashbox. Smashbox makes my favorite eyeliners. Like, they are incredible, y'all. If you haven't tried them, you need to. Just trust me. This eyeliner is incredible. I also really like the Always Sharp eyeliner by Smashbox. That's probably my favorite one ever. And let's highlight my brow bone. The main squeeze palette doesn't have a shade that I can actually use to highlight my brow bone, so I am going to have to dip into something else. I don't think any of the shades or any of the palettes on my desk already have a shade that I can use. So we'll use this. This is also by Smashbox. This is the Smashbox LA Cover Shot Eye Palette. You definitely don't need this whole palette if you're just gonna highlight. I just got rid of most of my single shadows because I don't ever use them, so I don't actually have any that can highlight my brow bone or my inner corner. So I'm gonna use this because this was the first one I picked up that had shades I could use in it. It looks like this. I did a whole review over this palette. I'm going to take the shade Vanilla, which is this one, and I'm gonna highlight my brow bone using that. I do really like this palette. I haven't used it too much, to be honest, but it is really, really nice. I love Smashbox. They make incredible products. So this is a brand I love. This is actually the only palette I've ever tried by them, but I do quite like it. I love their eyeshadow primer. I really like their eyeliners. Their mascaras are really nice, so they make really good products. And to highlight my inner corner, I'm going to take the shade Deco, which is this one right here. I like that this is separated into quads too. I know we're not talking about this palette today, but it's so good. Generally, I really need to use it more because it is a really, really nice palette. And every time I do whip it out, I'm like, wow, like look at that pigment. Like it's just, they're incredible to work with. They're incredible shadows to work with. I just don't ever reach for them. Mainly because I keep buying new stuff. Y'all, stop me. I keep buying new stuff. I say as if I'm not gonna buy the new Anastasia palette, but you know, it is what it is, okay? So to do my eyebrows, I'm gonna take the Almay brow pencil in the shade Dark Blonde, just real quick. Now I'm just gonna take this. This is the e.l.f. Stardust Glitter Eyeliner. This is in the shade Pink Opal. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and use it on my inner corner just to brighten it up a little bit. I don't wanna do too much of this since I already did do like the pinky reflect on the actual lid, but that's why I decided to put this in the inner corner, just to tie in the lid a little bit more. So like that, like barely any, just, it really just adds something to the look. And for mascara, I'm going to take the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. That is it for Love Wins. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know if my camera actually caught it, but I did just put on a red lipstick. This is Hot Red from Wet n Wild. I will have it linked down below, like always. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video for Love Wins. I forgot the name of the song for a second. It's really, really pretty. I quite like it. I love the way that it turned out. So make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload every single Tuesday and Thursday. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.